Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So it is October 28th and most of the foliage is now gone. There are spots where there are color, like this forest that I'm in. Most of the canopy is gone now, but on the ground you got all the leaves that fell off the trees right there. It's just trying to find a composition is hard. I took a couple of shots earlier of a tree. The trunk, the bottom of the trunk looked really cool, but it was just the problem with trying to find a composition in the forest is it's usually, if you find something, everything else around it is messy and screws it up. So you gotta walk around, and when you see something, take a picture. So yeah, I'm just walking around trying to see if I can spot something, but everything literally looks the same. There was a spot I tried to go to earlier. It was a stand of Scotch pine, but I couldn't get to it. The bush was too thick and it was private property, I'm pretty sure, so I couldn't get in there. But yeah, just walking around here trying to find something to take a picture of. It wasn't it's amazing, last weekend was the weekend that I took the shot of that laneway with the maples going down it. That was pretty amazing, even though the weather was not the greatest. But sometimes weather conditions, even when it's raining, like I mentioned, when you get the rain like that, it gives all the tree trunks a black look to them, and it makes everything sort of pop more. Today it is overcast, but the sun is coming through right now, and that kind of overexposes everything. But you just change the settings on the camera, you know, and try to get your composition the way you want it. I am literally not seeing anything in this forest though. I've been into this forest so many times. I always think I'm gonna find something different. There's a big log down over here, that fallen tree. It's been down for quite a few years because it's got moss growing all over the top of it. I'll take a walk over here and take a look at this here. Let's turn around and show you what I'm walking towards. This trunk here, fallen tree, looks pretty interesting. You know what? I actually think I've taken a photograph of this trunk before. Yeah, I have. I've been at this spot before. There's a few more trees down I can see. Yeah, that's the shot I took before. I did a focus stack on this. I'm not going to do the same thing again. Alright, well, I'll keep walking around, and if I see something, I'll snap it. Okay, talk to you later. I found a bit of a composition here. It's all it is just this tree trunk that's growing down the side of this hill, and then it's got another trunk that goes off to the top left on the upper part of the hill. It's covered in moss. So I put the Sigma 10 to 20 millimeter lens on, and what I did was I took 3 shots. I had the Aperture is f8, shutter speed is 1/50th of a second, and ISO 100. Here, I'll just give you a shot here. So, I took a shot of the foreground here, focused in on this area, then focused in on the top part of the trunk there, and then focused in on the lower part of the trunk there. So I'll try and focus stack those 3 shots. On the back of the LCD display, it actually looks quite interesting because you got all the golden leaves all in the lower 2/3 of the picture. And I'll just play with those in post-production, saturize it, make it look a lot nicer. It looks nicer than what I'm visually looking at. It did catch my eye, but I think once I finish with it in post-production, and I think it'll look pretty good. So, like I said, it's so hard to find a composition in the forest, but it's still worth it because you never know what you're going to find. All right, I'll continue my journey through the woods here. Okay, talk to you in a bit. Okay, I found a mushroom, and it is so cool looking. It's growing out of the side of this fallen tree trunk, and this is going to be tricky. I don't know how I'm going to do this because it's so low down. I'm not going to be able to, I might be able to hook the tripod up to get it into position because probably going to use the macro lens for this. But yeah, I just spotted this and it's like, oh my god, it's so cool looking. I've never seen a mushroom growing like this. It's coming out of the side of the trunk and then going up like that, and it's the perfect mushroom. Okay, gonna get all set up to try and get this, so talk to you in a bit. All right, that was awkward because well, I'll show you how I got the tripod set up here. So you can see the mushrooms right there. It's growing out the side of the tree, and I had to set the tripod up with the camera upside down on the tripod. What I tried to do was zoom in on the mushroom and focus in on it so I could get all the texture on the head of the mushroom. And then I did the same with the stem coming out of the trunk. Zoomed in on that, focused in, zoomed out and took the picture. The problem is I have the camera on a 2-second timer, but it might not have been enough. I looked at the pictures on the back of the LCD. They look okay. I'm gonna have to double check the ones I just took. But what was happening was as soon as I pressed the shutter button and I let go, the camera shook because it's not very stable. I think it stopped shaking enough to get the picture, but if there was any vibration at all, it's gonna probably mess it up, and I won't be able to focus stack because of that. But I still know that I got a good shot just from one of the photographs. So I'm gonna try and focus stack it. All I'm gonna do is focus stack the stem coming out of the trunk and the head of the mushroom. It's still really cool looking, and when you use the macro lens, it just brings it larger to life. So let me just here check my settings that I had on the camera. So 1/50th of a second, f5.6, and ISO 100. The sunlight was coming through. Let me just check here. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be happy with those because I checked all the shots. The head of the mushroom is definitely in focus, but I couldn't seem to get the stem focused in. I'm going to put it back on the tripod and try a few more times, and hopefully they turn out. All right. I'm all over the place with the tripod. I don't know what's going on with my GoPro. Battery was down to 16% and it just froze after recording it 7 minutes or 7 seconds, and then it just froze. I couldn't even power it off. Anyways, so I ended up getting some more shots. I did focus in on the stem as best I could. And when I reviewed the pictures on the back of the LCD, I noticed some of the shots I took, the sun was out when I took the shots and the mushroom really stood out. Or when it was in the shade, it not as, it didn't look as vibrant as when the sun was out, but it still looked just as good. And when I focused in on and reviewed the pictures and focused in on the head of the mushroom, it's like the texture and everything, it's pin sharp, it's perfect. But the stem, not so much. But where it comes out of the trunk, it looks like it's really focused in good. So either way, I got a whole pile of shots. I'm sure I'm going to be able to focus stack with some of those. But yeah, I thought it was kind of neat looking, seeing the mushroom growing out of the side of the tree. I've never seen a mushroom, well, I probably have, but I don't recall seeing a mushroom growing like that. Anyways, hopefully it makes for a nice shot. Anyways, I'm going to get going. It looks so nice in here with the sunlight coming through. I'll see if I can show you here. Yeah, I like the way it looks. Okay, I'm gonna get going. Hit the thumbs up, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.